When you live outside of Jesus Christ, you live in a mismatched destiny because Christ is your destiny. He is your identity and your portion on the earth. The Samaritan woman who Jesus met by the well had lived in bondage all her life. She had been married to 5 husbands, and the one she currently was with was not even her husband. I can imagine what she must have had to deal with in life, that made her go from one man to another man until she landed on the fifth one, and still that did not work out. Life has a way of dealing with people. People go through, difficult things in life. But I do know that the gift of God is eternal freedom and salvation for all. Are you free? Are you saved? Ephesians 1 verse 11 says, "It is in Christ that we find out who we are and what we are living for." Long before we first heard of Christ and got our hopes up, He had His eyes on us, had designs on us for a glorious living. Long before you were born, Christ had His eyes on you. He had designs on you for a glorious life. Are you living a glorious life? There is no glorious living outside of Jesus Christ. It's in Him that we find out who we are and what we are living for. If the Samaritan woman had known, if she had a sense of how much more she could be despite all that life was throwing at her, despite all that she was going through and all that she had to deal with, if she knew that she would become an evangelist who would announce the presence of Jesus to her community, maybe that would have made life a little bit more, or maybe much more meaningful to her than, the experiences that she had to deal with all by herself. Jesus Christ is your inheritance. He is your portion on this earth and the life after. I don't know what life is throwing at you at the moment, but I don't know that Jesus has better plans. Just one encounter with Jesus was all that the Samaritan woman needed to set her on the right path, after all the many mistakes and all that she had to go through. Jesus Christ is your inheritance. What that means is, in Him you have life. In Him you have freedom. In Him you have salvation. In Him you can live the glorious living that God has designed for you long before you were born. Jesus Christ is God's gift to you, and I know that He has better plans for you. He always does.